I finished my part of the project perfectly. It was on time, exactly what they asked for. But when I sent it to my manager, her reply was just, "Thanks." And I could feel she was still stressed. I don't understand. I did my job. What more does she want from me?
She probably doesn't want more from you. She wants something different.
Different how? Better quality? Faster delivery? I hit every target.
Most people think being a good team member means delivering high-quality work on time, and that is important, but it's only the baseline.
The baseline? That feels like the whole job.
The real problem isn't the quality of your work. The problem is the silence that surrounds your work. Your manager's stress wasn't about the final document. It was about the uncertainty she felt before the document arrived.
Uncertainty? But I told her I would get it done.
Believing you is not the same as feeling certain. The most valuable people on a team don't just deliver work. They deliver certainty, and that changes everything.
Okay, I think I understand, but it feels a bit abstract. What does delivering certainty actually look like?
Let's start with a common situation. Two people are given the same task: prepare the slides for a major client presentation. The manager asks both of them to have the slides ready by Friday.
Simple enough.
The first person, let's call him Alex, does exactly that. He works hard all week. On Friday afternoon, he emails the slides to his manager. The work is excellent. He did his job.
That sounds like me. That's what I would do.
Now consider the second person, Maria. She also agrees to the Friday deadline. But on Monday, she thinks beyond the task. She thinks about the final outcome. She realizes the presentation is not just slides. It's an event. So she asks the manager, who is presenting this, and what software will they be using? She confirms the format.
Okay, that's a small detail, but it's smart. It prevents technical problems later.
Exactly. She is taking responsibility not just for the slides, but for the success of the presentation. She's not just completing a task, she's taking ownership of the outcome. She is making herself accountable for the result.
So you're saying I need to think one step ahead. It's not just, did I do my task, but did I make the next step easier for someone else?
Precisely. Alex created good slides. Maria created confidence. Her manager isn't just hoping the slides are right. She knows they will be. That's the difference. One delivers a file, the other delivers peace of mind.
Okay, I see the value in that. But there's another problem. I don't want to bother my manager with constant questions and updates. People are busy.
This is a very common belief. We think that being quiet shows we are independent and in control. We think no news is good news.
Right, if I have no problems, why should I send an email? It just adds noise to their inbox.
But for a manager or a teammate, no news is not good news. No news is a void. It's a black box. They have to spend their own mental energy wondering, is Mark on track? Did he run into a problem he's not telling me about? Will I have a crisis to solve on Friday morning?
I never thought of it that way. I thought I was saving them time by being quiet.
You think you are managing your task, but you need to be managing their anxiety. That's where proactive communication comes in. It's not about asking for help. It's about making your progress visible.
Give me an example. How would Maria handle this without being annoying?
She wouldn't send a long, detailed report. On Wednesday, she might send a one-line chat message. Click update, research is done, and I've drafted the first 10 slides. Everything is on track for Friday.
That's it?
That's it. That message takes her 30 seconds to write, but it saves her manager 30 minutes of background worry. She's not asking for anything. She is offering information to clarify the situation without being asked.
So communication isn't just for problems. It's for confirming that things are normal. It fills the void.
It replaces their assumptions with facts. And it does something else. It shows that you are thinking about them. It shows you understand that your work affects their work. This builds trust faster than almost anything else.
Okay, taking ownership and communicating proactively. I can see how those things make me easier to work with. But there's a third piece I struggle with. In a competitive environment, you need to get credit for your work. You need to be visible.
That's true. And that's why so many people focus on promoting their own ideas. In a meeting, they wait for their turn to speak. They want to prove they have the best answer.
Because that's how you get noticed for a promotion. You have to show your value.
Yes, but it quietly fails over time. If everyone in the room is waiting for their moment to sound smart, then nobody is truly listening. The team isn't building an idea together. It's just a collection of individuals competing for attention. It creates tension, not progress.
So what's the alternative? Do great work and just hope someone notices?
The alternative is to change your goal. Your goal in a meeting is not to look good. Your goal is to make the team look good. More specifically, your job is to make your colleagues look good.
Make my colleagues look good? How does that help me?
Imagine a teammate, Jane, shares a good idea. It's not perfect, but it's a strong start. The average person might say, "That's a good point, but," and then explain why their own idea is better.
I have heard that 1,000 times. I've probably said it myself.
The most valuable team player does something different. They say, "That's a brilliant foundation, Jane." Then they turn to the group and say, "How can we build on Jane's idea?" They don't just agree with it, they amplify it. They use their energy to make another person's contribution more visible. They give credit publicly and generously.
And the result?
The immediate result is that Jane feels respected. The team starts building on her idea instead of competing with it. But the long-term result is that everyone on that team knows you are not a threat. You are a partner. You are the person who makes the conversation better. And soon they will start to amplify your ideas in return. You build allies, not rivals.
This all makes sense, but I have to be honest. It sounds exhausting. Taking ownership of outcomes, constantly communicating, making other people look good. It feels like a second job on top of my actual job. If this is so effective, why don't more people do it?
Because it requires a fundamental shift in how we see our own value. We are trained to believe our value lies in our individual output. The report we write, the code we ship, the sale we close. These things are tangible. They are easy to measure.
And what you're describing feels invisible, softer.
Exactly. And because it's harder to measure, people don't trust that it will be rewarded. They think, what if I amplify Jane's idea and my manager only remembers Jane's idea, not my support? Or what if I send proactive updates and my boss just thinks I'm not busy enough? It feels unsafe.
That's the real fear, that you do all this extra work and it goes unnoticed. Or worse, someone else gets the credit.
And in some environments, that can happen. But in most healthy teams, the opposite is true. Managers and colleagues notice these behaviors more than you think. They may not comment on it every day, but they feel it.
Feel it how?
They feel less stress. Meetings are more productive. Projects go smoother. They start to realize there's a common element in all these successful projects. It's you. You become the catalyst for team cohesion.
So it's not about being noticed for one specific action. It's about building a reputation over time.
Precisely. You're not trying to win a single moment. You're building a brand. Your brand becomes the person who makes things easier, or the person who makes the team smarter. That reputation is more powerful than getting credit for any single task.
It's a system. The three ideas connect. If I am truly accountable for the outcome, not just the task, then I naturally need to communicate more. I need to clarify things with my team.
And when you communicate openly, you build trust. That trust makes it safe for you to amplify a colleague's idea because you know the team sees it as a contribution, not a weakness.
And that action, amplifying others, builds even more trust and team cohesion. It's a cycle.
It is. It's a system for reducing friction and building psychological safety. You become the person who absorbs uncertainty instead of creating it. And that skill is rare. It makes you indispensable.
Indispensable, not because of my technical skills, but because of how I manage the space around my work.
Your technical skills make you qualified for the job. This system makes you essential to the team.
I think I finally get it. All this time, I thought my value was in the final document I delivered, in the quality of the slides.
And that value is real. It's important.
But it's not the whole story. The hidden value, it was in the confidence my manager had while I was writing them. It was about making her feel certain.
You're not just delivering work. You're delivering certainty.
Certainty. I've never thought about my job that way before.